Hello. Come back. We go plant some magic beans. What did you do during your break? Got the dog some food. Most of the journal entries there appeared to be from an earlier, much earlier part of the quest that brought us in. More imps! What are these things? Pixies. What is that? Imps? Impish pixies. How about that? What a start! What do you think? Pay more attention? Pay more attention? Only 3 out of 10 boys survive the trial of the grasses and become witchers. The rest die in agony.
Pull out the beans.
How did Geralt ever make it? Shadowy things, they sure draw a lot of blood. It doesn't help that they travel in packs of 12.
Time to end this.
Leaf clover. You, welcome back yourself. I have not. So, maybe another time. You know what happens after you climb the beanstalk, right? How does the tale go? What's at the top of the beanstalk? Something big. And let's be honest, Geralt's belly button is the center of the world.
Why?
Diana doesn't know what she's talking about.
Very abruptly. We must be careful. All right, toss them.
Huh. Get out of the way.
Something's always gotta go wrong.
The home stretch.
Gerald, cop in the field. Bad form, dude. Don't think she needed protecting from the beanstalk. He looks badass there. In the fog and the rain.
Incredible.
Admire the view later. First, we must deal with...
Goliath, is that you? Goliath's dead. Meat. Frank.
What now, you piece of shit?
Woo! Look at that! Woo! Ha ha ha! Woo! Sam, watch out! Whoa! That is the baddest move! Wow! Watch out! Ooh!
For a fairy tale creature, that was one tough son of a wench.
I told you this land had gone ape mad, though I did not expect it to be so severe.
Can't help thinking you might have done that on purpose.
Why ever would I have?
To get rid of your guard, your captor. Getting close to the exit at this point. Probably think you don't need me anymore.
Well, you're wrong. You still stand to be quite useful to me.
Oh, thanks. Gee. Hey,
Cool,
C-Star.
everybody! I'm
Greetings! All the letters.
So? How?
Did I
Plan to use me like you did Deadloff?
just answer it?
No, I need you for a purpose far simpler.
What was the other
I
option?
can't just stand there and
I hit a
stare.
button by accident.
I need a man, Geralt, and I'm not afraid to say it. I have no idea what awaits me once we leave this place. Treat it as my last wish.
You know, as a witcher, Geralt's not one to turn down an offer of comfort. Hey, Jojo! How you doing? What do you think? Jojo, the decision is yours. Greetings. I don't know what's up with the alerts. 10 raiders from Jojo Roar have joined. Thank you for the host and raid. Everybody, if you don't know Jojo Roar on Twitch, please do check her out. Spread some J-Love, drop her a follow. It was very refreshing. Hey, Arby. Jojo, do we let her have her way with us? you. How you doing, RB? Oh, you realized I'm leaving the decision to you. I am. I'm putting you on the spot here. Look into his eyes. We're in a fairy tale land. She is one of two sisters, princesses, though she's been cast out. The black sheep. You think the gentlemanly thing to do would be to let the lady do as she pleases? Well, I am not one to argue with the lady, especially one who reasons so well. I guess we made an impression. It would be rude. I don't want to be rude. Here, don't... Stay out of your way, you two. Yeah! Oh. Gerald's never done this before. Oh boy. Where did you go? I think Zero G would come to the Witcher. Yay. Cars. Cover your eyes, kids. Wait, I should have said that at the beginning. Well. Fairy tale has a happy ending?
Just gonna go our separate ways? No parting words?
Did you wish to tell me something?
Actually,
That was awkward.
that'd probably be best.
Oh my. No woman's ever treated you this way.
Not that I recall, no.
Nice timing,
In
by
that
the way.
case, at last you felt what so many women in this world feel at times.
That was different. That's what I'm saying. I sure hope this tale has a happy ending. It wasn't, didn't it just, though?
I just hope this tale has a happy ending. For me, for you, for everyone.
That may very well depend on you.
Didn't say anything
What's that
about a
supposed to
threesome, Geralt.
Nothing beyond what you heard. For now. Come. The exit's this way.
That was different. That was different. Hey, in here. Rolling in the... I missed something. Things popping up on my, I still don't know what's causing this. I look at a preview of OBS full screen and I play on that. So I can see where I'm at here too, but... Hey! Don't let me miss. See that wisp up there? We've got an Easter egg to follow. But I keep having little pop-ups that you don't see. They're not being captured. They're little text overlays. And they're like tooltip pop-ups from chat. What I can't figure out is why with OBS in the foreground, OBS doesn't know chat from a hole in the ground. It's not the on-screen chat that's triggering it. So I really don't know why I keep getting tooltips of emotes, text, popping up on top of my overlay that you can't see when my foreground window wouldn't know what that is in a million years. So, I don't know. I don't know what's doing it at all. Did you just hear my doorbell? Ambient noise here. I think I'm hallucinating. So, castle looks a little soulsy, doesn't it? I don't know if we did this before, but in preparation, I plan to.
The wisp.
That wisp. That wisp. Where it's going. Let's say we follow. Yes! Finally made it to the next bonfire. I was starting to worry. Praise the sun! Geschäft. Awesome, right? Over. So we've gotten 2. I equipped him here, but Vitis, Vitis. Steel. Geschäft. Silver. Similar damage. Similar stats, basically. 20% sign intensity and cool though. Better food. Let's put better food on the bar. I have plenty of stuff now that ticks for 80. Might still be small stacks, but come on, we got grilled chicken sandwiches. What's coming up and what's on the bar? We don't really need black blood on the bar, but that honey. Hey Rex, how you doing? That was pretty awesome, that fight. I love his moves. Doing the cannonball through the clouds and lunging back out. Must be one of the coolest moves a boss gets in this game. Rex, you're playing Final Fantasy XIV. Ice Flame is too, it looks like.
Just curious. Why do you want the Heart of Toussaint and the ducal wine?
They were my right. My due.
Doubt we would have figured you out if you hadn't tried to get them. Know that, don't you?
I do, and I regret nothing. One lives but once. Here, we need but jump into the well. You first.
Why is it always me first? Why don't you go first? Jumping into the well, that's our way out. Go healed up. Time passes differently in the fable, and outside the city burns, the vampires attack.
Portals in a fountain? Not terribly practical.
It was a secret passage. Henriette and I would use it to
hide from your governess, which luckily she noted down in her diary.
Regis.
Thus I knew where to await you. Never mind that. Has the young lady agreed to help clean up the mess she's made?
She has. And stop treating me as if I were a child.
Would you prefer I treated you like the lying, manipulating you are?
Hey, I'm standing right here.
Calm down, both of you.
But
No buts. Let's go. Really want to be done with this. Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the outlines of done time.
Today you can hardly see shit. Brother, greetings.
Is it, though? A ruin like any other, I think.
So sensitive, so aware. Honestly, what did Detlef ever see in you?
Perhaps he'll tell you himself.
You nervous?
Mm-hmm. It's always a bit nerve-wracking meeting an ex. And especially so when said ex is a vampire.
I doubt he'll be in the mood for jests.
I know. May I be honest? Yes, I'm nervous. I really would prefer just to run off. I gave my word I would help, I know. But how much is that worth? Yet I owe him this meeting. And that is that.
I don't want to see the whole world burn, man.
Let's get ready. Detlef will be here any
How you
moment
doing?
now.
Let's prepare for Detlef.
Sienna, I have a question I must ask you. Did you truly feign it all? That which bound us was a ruse?
Detlef, it's not that simple.
Oh no,
Worse.
it's very simple. You either deceived me or not.
She did.
In forgiving you, I grieve. For now, we must part.
What? But how?
Didn't we just, you know...
The ribbon.
Ha! Seems I've been fooled again. She will pay for this, sooner or later. She will pay! You never should have meddled with her!
We always meddle. You know this. Believe it or not, you have an opportunity here. If you need to do anything, if you want to save, if you need to change anything up for the fight, that's the time. It's the time. The Meddler 3. Take some black blood. Vampire oil. It's nice to see a vamp versus vamp fight. Not kidding. We're not in the battle until we move. Are you feeling lucky? We fought Detlef before, briefly. But that fight was interrupted. This time, I mean, to take it all away.
I want you just the nuts. You tricked me, both of you. Silence.
It's on now.
Acknowledge any gods. Start praying now.
So, those bats, doesn't matter if you have Quen up. Yeah, it's the timing on the bats. Timing on the bats. That took a while? Nah. It was the bats, right? That's what took a while. A beautiful monster. Yes, well. Hi, bats. What is the timing on the bats, anyways?
I want you just both of you. Silence.
Damn, he's coming in faster this time. Shit. Like we short anyways, but get used to seeing that. the bats. What's the timing on the bats? And you wanna roll, not dodge, don't you?
Acknowledge any gods. Start praying now.
Further away, get further away from him, and then get further away, get further away. Nicely played. Whoa! Damn. Woo! Missed it. All right. Patience. Oh, shit. What a good fight.
Just like this. You tricked me.
Did
Silence!
Isn't he badass in this first phase, though? Just the claws, the way he blocks. At least away. At least away.
Acknowledge any gods. Start praying now.
Get as far away as possible. That's my strat. So I need to be closer so I have that window to attack him. I don't want to get too close too soon. You see why, right? Because when he does that, I can attack him. Maybe 4 times. If I'm fast, I can get back out. Because there's a burst, there's an area attack. Shit! Wall. That, works when he teleports and appears and he is on the ground and there's red swirling around him. As long as we're not too close that we get knocked back, that's our window to attack. 4 swings and out. I don't know if the black blood is doing us much good here, but I don't think it hurts. Nice opening.
You tricked me! Both of you!
Any of it.
Silence!
There's 2 swoops here. Swoop and swoop.
Acknowledge any gods.
Then bats.
Start praying now.
Away, away, away. And... One, 2, 3, 4, away! Fast. Swoop and swoop! Where'd you go? That's not good. I can't get far enough away. I don't like it. I think I got... So, what else was there? We can knock him down. That's another thing. Should be able to knock him down. Maybe when he's getting ready to do the bats, I close in and try to take him down with an ARD, but I don't remember if that's really a thing. Just an imaginary thing.
I want you just the nuts. You tricked me. No.
Didn't plan.
Silence.
Until that happens.
Oh, shit. Gods, start praying.
So, like that seems to be far enough away. But how do I position myself strategically so that when he does it next time I can get far enough away? Far enough, right? There's a little corridor. Son of a bitch. If he can get far enough away, it seems like a little dodge just puts you slightly outside the corridor of death. But if you're closer, either can't get far enough out of that corridor fast enough. A dodge doesn't do it. A roll too soon just what? Means it's redirected at you. What about going towards him when he does that? About going towards him? I said it out loud and didn't do anything. I wanted to try that. Go towards him. See if I can knock him down, maybe with an art. I don't think I did that before, but I remember knocking him out of the air. I remember him hitting the ground and just being... That was how I finally took him down. We got a whirl on him, on the ground. And he never brought the bats out again. It was the last time we saw the bats. Obviously not changing it. If you've been here, you know this. I'm just asking about what happens on other difficulties. If you get hit by those bats, are they still a one-hit kill? To the side. We had a lot of distance there. Away from him if he's doing the bats again. Bats again. Good, he's doing bats again, and I am not. No! Yeah, that was not what I meant by getting closer to him at all. There's so much reactionary. So much of what I do is just a reaction to what's going on that finding the window to go, and now for something different. It's almost on autopilot from the moment it starts. At least the first phase is pretty quick here. It is! One-hit kills are very hard to craft strategies against. It could be so much worse. We could have a long sequence to get to that point. This is in the history of, you know, if you have a gauntlet, like a boss run, a bunch of bosses in a row, those can get nasty. If you have to get to the boss from some save spot, that can be really nasty. This has neither of those. We have a first phase and a short cutscene, and that's pretty good. It also warms you up for the fight. Gives you a moment to breathe. I don't think our vampire oil would have worn off. Quen's not helping much here. I wanna...
If you acknowledge any God...
Shit, he's doing it already. Fuck you! Like, fuck you, guy! Can you do the bats? Because here's what I want to try. Not the bats. Shit, I didn't do it. Evil fucking bats. By the time I see the bats, if I'm not close enough to make a run at them, I don't think that was a good plan anyways. Better than Dark Souls with the boss phases. These phases, those phases. You like these better? Well, I like them both, but could be here a while. Do we have a, real quick, do we have a bio on Detlef?
I want you just the last.
Didn't want any of it.
New codes. No codes.
Acknowledge any gods that started me.
Okay. At least I got to try it. Close are nothing dead. Cross that off the list. I was determined to stay close and try to hit him in, try to hit him with the hard while he was summoning bats to see if there was any effect whatsoever. Being under him doesn't seem to, that was a one-off, but being under him doesn't seem likely to help with avoiding the bats. I made it through what, that first time. Made it through 3 or 4 instances of bats. I had maybe 3 or 4 attacks, sets of attacks on him while he was in his kind of stunned phase. Can you dodge roll out of the way? Well, that's the question, can I? Does anyone know if dodge roll is a reliable... I don't think it is reliable. I think it's about as inconsistent as anything. I gotta mention here, we're half dead already. It won't matter in the second phase with the one-hit kills, but... First time getting killed here. Next, Mangaza. That's a completely different play style. Does that even work? I haven't slotted anything like that. We may have actually spent enough points in Irden that we could slot alternative sign mode. But, does that even work on the bats? Just to give you a quick look. What we have slots for right now is already maxed out. Past playthroughs, I haven't put any points into signs hardly at all. This time we've put some into Igni. We spent some on Irden because we needed to unlock more Igni. We could move things around and swap that in. I've never used it, never ever. Magic Trap, alternate sign mode. When you say block projectiles, you're talking about Quen alternate sign. What blocks projectiles? And we can't deflect. I mean, they don't work like arrows. There's no, wherever it is in here, somewhere is arrow deflection that we don't have. Arrow deflection that won't work on bats. Anyways, there it is. Just got to avoid them. So we might be here a little while.
Come on. I want you just the last. You tricked me. Both of you.
Didn't plan any of it.
Silence.
Geralt. Erendite looks great in all these battles. What I don't think I'll be able to do at any point is reliably manipulate his position so that I have a nice distance to run from the bats. If I'm counting on having enough distance to avoid the bats, I think I need to get some RNG on my side for that too. Let's try the roll though. Maybe? No. Here, but no. We only have time for 2 hits. Maybe 3 I would have been able to get in, but bats from there. Bad. Are fucking away. Roll! Oh man! We got sucked into his little. Ah! Okay, I had a flashbulb memory, a little bit. My favorite sunsets are probably in Velen, but I like them all.
I want you just now. Both of you.
Didn't.
How about you, Carcosa? What's your favorite? Or anyone? That's a question that comes up a lot in this game.
Acknowledge any gods. Start praying now.
Your bats. I hate your bats. What if I stay over here initially so the bats are the over on the... Just thinking. Next Mengaza, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Bad place for bats. Oh, shit. Okay, from this distance, if I hadn't had the wall next to me, I think I would have moved and avoided him. Son of a bitch. Well, 10 runs later, here was the flashbulb. Forgot to share. Here was the flashbulb. Stay with me here. When Detlef comes in with that swoop, like that swoop at the beginning, when Detlef comes in, whack! That's the time. If I can attack Detlef when he's coming in, not the bat attack, I can put him on the ground. And it's how we finished him 2 years ago. We ended up getting him on the ground, and then whirl. Then whirled him.
I want you just for this. Both of you.
Didn't plan any of it.
Silence.
That's the damage. Favorite is Velen, Skellige, and the fairy tale. The two songs. They're all so good. All right, try this. Come in. Didn't work, but I'm not ready to throw that out. There's a reason for it. Get away. Try to survive these bats. Here come bats. Stay over here. Here come the bats. Then dodge where I have room to dodge. That. See, that's where I want to hit him. Try to hit him. And obviously here where we have a window. Shit, he's doing bats and I fucking went nowhere. I'm dead. I didn't have any perspective to even try to avoid him. You know, with the right timing, I bet you can avoid him even up close. Yeah, the exact moment, I don't see why it wouldn't work, but they're wide. It's not a small swing. Think of it as think of what the Bruxa do. Think of the all the creatures that shout in a cone. When those bats come flying in, think of it as a wide cone. A lot of those cones, you roll out of the way of the cones. You wait till the right moment, you roll. Maybe I should sacrifice myself to the bats a few times to practice rolling in case there's just a miracle of timing.
I want you just for this. You trust me.
Any of it.
Silence.
Parry him? No. Yes. Actually, it seemed to do damage parrying him. Try that again. That didn't work. There we go. Yeah! Parrying him does do damage. Only I can parry the bats. So the very beginning of the fight seems, I don't want to say easy to manipulate, but it's a little more predictable.
Gods, start playing now.
And then much further away, if I want to try my way up. Dodging the bats with a simple dodge, being far enough away lets me too close. No. I need to keep my cool. As we repeat the first part of this fight, I really need to just keep my cool. Stop using the black blood.
I want you just for this.
this first phase.
Please.
I don't know about that attack. Might prove more consistent than hoping to dodge at close range enough to get the attack in time. Okay. If I back up a little here, because he's going to come at me and he's going to cross the entire arena. Now, if I back away from him and he does bats, I should be far enough away. The roll, I'm going to start trying to roll instead of dodging. So I'll still try to move away from him. I missed the window. I'm going to stay over here, because if he does this lunge attack, I want him to do it on this side so that when he does the bats, I can run far, far away. Two, 3, 4, get out of there. Stay by the walls over here. Hope he does a lunge. And then if he's going to do the bats, I'm going to go all the way over here, wait for him, and roll. Oh, I didn't like that at all. Move in, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Get out of there. Stay over here. Lunge attack, lunge attack. Now move away for the bats. Which he's not doing this time. Yes, he is. Bad, bad, bad. And roll. I don't think I was as far away, so the roll was better. I'm gonna go ahead and call the roll better. What are you doing? More bats. And roll. One, 2, 3, 4. Woo! No more wings for you, buddy! Oh, but it's not over. Is this a vampire? It might be. It just might be.
Do you think I will stop? Prepare to die, Witcher!
That was unexpected. I thought we weren't supposed to get a cutscene, but did you think for a second we might have gotten a cutscene? I thought we were getting a cutscene. Oh, what the hell? We're not supposed to get a cutscene. They say you really shouldn't mess with higher vampires. I don't know if we got a checkpoint because I never died to this last phase before. Probably not. Probably not. All right. You know what I like learning things a lot better than just getting lucky and understanding that a roll can be used. That's good. Come at me.
Any of it.
Silence!
God, third phase kill was awful, wasn't it? Hurt. All right, buddy.
Acknowledge any gods. Start praying now.
That was bad. I rolled too soon. Did you notice that I rolled too soon? We got lucky. 2, 3, 4. Get out of there. Stay over here. That didn't really do. Bring the bats. Yes. Some distance. And roll. I think the roll's really the ticket. 1, 2, 3, 4. And get out of there. Stay over here. Alright, you got me with that. And I wasted some adrenaline. What is that? That's 10 or 11 hits. That's it. Well then, that changes things. I think I learned something. If you have black blood when he bites you at the end of that, does it change his behavior or health in the final phase? Anyone know? Like 9, 12 hits on that thing. Next time we play this and I ask if it's roll or dodge that works, Remind me that it's roll on the bats. Thank you, Sea Star. Thank you. I like you bits. Cheers to you. Thank you. That was pretty nice there, bot, too.
Leave him to me.
Nice
Be
timing.
gone.
I can't let...
I insist.
Let them have their moment.
My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
And I will
Shut
never
up.
forgive you
Look like a
for
twit.
putting me in these clothes.
Kaftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Usually wear something different, better suited to my trade. Got nothing against this particular outfit, though. Just don't exactly feel comfortable in it. And I despise formal occasions.
Nothing one can't get accustomed to. Now, be so kind as to stand still. All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire.
This
Duchess
is this
cannot
clown
be
shit.
expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced generosity.
Not awkward at all.
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refuse to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience.
Count on it.
Speaking of,
Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Siana planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Siana's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin.
I
He was
hate
the
that
one
kid.
to pass the victims' names to Dettlaff. Perhaps we missed something.
But it must be thorough. What about the kid? If we're going to talk to the boot black, I'm going to need another beer.
Regis, Bootblack didn't say anything about making deliveries when we talked to him.
Shoes?
How do you know
What
he handled
shoes?
the letters?
While you basked in glory and tried on new formal wear, I conducted a little investigation of my own. You'd be very proud to see how I conducted myself. I began by concocting an ample supply of boot wash for our enterprising young friend. I'd observed that among street folk, amidst their society as a whole, reciprocity takes precedence over all other codes, and thus no good deed goes unrewarded. Of course, the same holds true for malicious or destructive deeds.
The letters. What's the connection?
When the bootblack arrived to collect his bucketful, he hinted he knew more. Simply put, we'd failed to ask the proper questions when we chatted earlier. It took a bit more tongue loosening, but ultimately he spoke. He admitted he'd handed Dettlaff the letters. He knew this information was valuable to me. In providing it, he was simply repaying me.
I concede. Look into every possible angle.
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city's underbelly.
Promise to be careful.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again?
Hey, Daisy.
Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
Oh, we jabber.
Guess they could use a spit and polish.
Can I take this outfit off?
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Oh
Clean boots,
my god.
Clean soles. A fine slogan.
Yeah, don't touch those. There's no way you're gonna make those cleaner. That's right, scrub those. Scrub those. Your windshield washed on the street. In a big city.
How's business?
Well enough. I can't
The dirty
complain.
rag.
Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters.
Doing alright.
Why, of course. I'm young.
How about
got
you?
a mind like a steel trap, but
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me, forget it. How'd you get those letters?
beggars brought them.
And why didn't you tell me before when I put the whammy on you? Huh?
Why didn't you tell us this before, when we first talked?
You didn't ask about beggars now, did you?
Well, you got me there, kid.
Beggars. Tell us more about them. How many were there?
Why, 4. 1 for each letter.
Just 4? Sure you didn't get a 5th?
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think
Rival
hard.
Regis's articulated vocabulary. Yes, he has a voracious appetite for words.
Remember what they looked like?
Of course. I've a mind like a steel trap, as I said.
Welcome home from
They
work.
were ragged, unshaved. Their clothes were tattered. As to their boots, well, I mentioned that already.
Tattered,
Allow me
tattered.
to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that boot shine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggars?
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble.
Regis,
We must visit the shelter. Look
quit
around
feeding the
inside.
troll. Nice list. We get to get. Leather boots, polish shine, 20 crowns. Leather boots, polish, no shine, not recommended, 15 crowns. Single leather boot with shine, war veterans, other invalids, and even for tightwads, only 12 crowns. Cleaning a knight's girdles and other leather accessories, 30 crowns if boots are cleaned as well, and 20 crowns if boots are not cleaned, so it's worth having everything cleaned. Special offer, metal cleaning, set of plate armor, 40 crowns. Breastplate 15, knee plates 15, bassinet 15. If you have something to be cleaned that is not on the price list, I can clean it. Price subject to agreement. Come a mess, leave well dressed. You'll see I'm the bleeding best. He put these things on. Gee. Somebody was not thinking clearly. Why is it changing screens when I equip something? It doesn't ordinarily do that. Because the items I'm taking off are going back to quest items. But, okay. I obviously had a marketing team write that up. It's, you know, good marketing is important. Kid understands that. Can you make this kid clean all the swords at Kaer Morhen? I hope so. Except then we'd have to have him at Kaer Morhen. That's a particular downside.
This is a decent district. We need no filth folk bumming about.
Gent, there's no need to raise your voices.
You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen,
We just
calm,
got here.
please.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank
Anyone else think the voice doesn't match?
Scram! Decent folk live here.
I should have a beard for that voice. Where's your beard, dude?
The shelter, them living here, bothers you. Question is why?
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor. Fighter for justice.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door.
See? Like that
when
guy.
even grown men fear to walk past such rabble.
Decent folk you mention. Mean yourselves.
Why? Do you doubt it?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us. On our own turf.
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
Damn it.
What was that? You weren't anywhere nearby. Hey, hey, corners. Watch the corners.
Grey hair, puppy over.
Oh, nice. Snuck in from the side there.
How long you gonna make me wait?
Come now, creature. Try me.
All right. I can
How's
take
that?
it. Come, time to go.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. Immensely.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk the shelter elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going elsewhere were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
I love it when people aid us. Voluntarily.
What is this place? Poorhouse?
You could call it that. They come here to rest and eat a hot meal.
You help them, why?
Because they need help.
Hear that often.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the boot black in Rue de Garl.
The boot black. A feisty lad. I know him.
Wait,
Any of your,
what?
wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Sure all your usual beggars will be here?
They're not obliged to come, of course. But they rarely find a decent meal elsewhere. So, almost all in the area eat here.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the boot black. I know this.
Yes.
Does anyone know what's the
About that,
means?
yeah.
Go on, speak up.
Hey, Jon Snow.
Romaine?
How you doing?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romaine. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good work, Romaine. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too. Gave it to the boot black. Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
Right on. Well. What's it gonna do for you now?
I need the letter. It's very important. It's no use to you anymore.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said, and she was frightening.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the boot black anyways. It's always muddy there.
Annoying. You can just say it. Kid's annoying.
Damn it.
You don't have to pretend to like him or anything.
Another name, truly?
See for
Because
yourself.
he's a kid.
Well. I must say, even I did not expect this.
But what's the
This
name?
time you will see to our Duchessa. It seems we underestimated Siana rather grossly.
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Puzzle complete now.
Alas, the matter ceased to be a tantalizing brain teaser and has turned incredibly grave. We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler. We've proof of a coup d'etat.
Did you get that? Siana was behind all the killing. Detlaff was the beast but the Beast was killing because the Beast was being blackmailed. Let's recap. The Beast, Detlef, was being blackmailed because his love was being held captive. Except it turned out that his love was the one blackmailing him. She had used him all along, set him up to kill those that had wronged her, including her sister, the Duchess.
Duchess was to be Detlef's last victim. Sienna planned it from the start.
Indeed. The logical conclusion, Geralt.
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victims' links to Sienna, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to
Just like I
fulfill
said.
her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions, ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Why would Sienna murder her own sister?
Jon Snow!
Out of envy? To take power?
Thank you for the
An
follow.
inborn penchant for evil?
Welcome.
Yes, yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you can always ask her yourself.
Oh. Terrible plan. Let's do it.
Actually, love to learn her motives.
Praiseworthy, I suppose. Sometimes one should stare evil in the face.
Oh my god.
Seems a bit strong, no?
She used my friend as her tool for killing. I believe I've every right to condemn her, but I support your lust for the truth. Some philosophers think empirical examination
That's
is the sole
awesome.
path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Sienna locked up.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting
That's a
trial
great
before
emote.
a court of law. I'd need to get past some guards to see her.
Maybe after the ceremony? The trial. Are you coming? Rage Mage! Hey, man. How are you doing? See you. Coming with?
Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare La Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Detlef and his minions rampage. Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of
Right.
mandrake brew
Oh.
to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Sienna.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior in her presence. She treated Detlef cruelly, caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you at the cemetery.
Skuggs, good point. How did she get back out of Fairy Tale Land? Well, you know, the beans that we planted may have left the stalk in place. Maybe the beanstalk was simply there. We haven't been given enough of a rule set for the Fairy Tale Land to know under what conditions the beanstalk would, that was creepy, reset. Hey, no one told you you could light. Now you can light. We started the DLC at about level 34. Look at this now. We're up almost to 52 and the quests are up to 49. Optionally talk to Sienna. Let's recap. The Witcher had at last defeated the boast of Beauclair. Yes, the Beast of Beauclair. Her enlightened highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta, invited him to a ceremony where she would award him the Vitus Vinifera Medal, Toussaint's highest honor. Geralt, famous for being one of the world's leading scruffs, possessed no outfit that would not violate protocol or be remotely suitable for such an occasion. In her generosity, the Duchess agreed to fund a new robe. Yeah, thanks for that. Regis, having nothing better to do, accompanied the Witcher to the tailor's for his fitting. There the vampire revealed the thought that was tormenting him, namely, he believed Cyanna had planned 5 murders from the beginning. Wished to know the identity of the 5th intended victim. He suggested to Geralt that they investigate the matter to the end. They first sought out the bootblack. Boy directed them to a poorhouse. It was there they learned Cyanna had indeed planned 5 murders, all to wreak vengeance upon those who had caused her to be banished from the court, the ducal palace. The final victim was to have been her very own sister, Duchess Anna Henrietta. Geralt considered confronting Cyanna. New quest is available. Something new opened up. This is where the Gwent tourney is. Over here. Awfully close, but it's something else. Anyone know what that would be that opened up? I cannot hear those notes without thinking that they just decided to throw in a little bit of Howard Shore's Lord of the Rings score. For just a moment. Dogs, yep, I guess we just have to assume she was captured when she got out. Or nobody would have gone in for her, I guess. So if you came for the fights, if anyone's just getting here, we will have to dig up a few fights. I think the only fight we have left is a boxing match of sorts in the middle of a Gwent tournament. So Rage Mage, you just got here. We're wrapping up the Blood and Wine DLC now, but we haven't quite finished everything. We have a Gwent tournament ahead that well, this should be interesting. It's a great quest, and it's also a one-off. You have to play through 4 matches, and if you lose, you lose. We don't do a lot of save scumming here, but I think I want that trophy sitting at Corvo Bianco. So as the final thing we're going to do today, we're going to have a Gwentiment, and we're going to win. And damn it, if we don't win the first time, Abigail's taking the night off. I want that trophy. All 3 trophies hanging up at Corvo. Favorite movie soundtracks? Go! Empire Strikes Back. Krull! Did you catch that? Let's hear some favorite soundtracks. Boy, being put on the spot. I had this friend in high school. I haven't seen him in 20 years, but I have this friend from 20 years ago, an old high school buddy who used to, more than 20 years ago, he played some guitar and some bass, and it used to drive me crazy because he would just be sitting there and he'd play like 10 notes. He'd be like, okay, what was that? And that's when I would just draw blank, you know, being put on the spot like that. Mad Max, Fury Road, huh? I'm going to enjoy. That was brilliant, Geralt. I'm going to enjoy seeing some of people's favorite soundtracks. Growing up, Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars and Superman. I was, a lot of my temperament and ideologies were formed by Star Wars, Superman, and Sesame Street. And 2 out of 3 of them had excellent soundtracks. Although, forget that. 3 out of 3 had excellent soundtracks. All 3. Come on. C is for Cookie. Oh, yeah. Superman, John Williams. Superman. KG, are you off? Good night. I'm glad you could hang out with us for a bit. Sleep well. Hang in there. See you on the other side. Saturday Night Fever. Best soundtrack. Best soundtrack. What you're saying is that John Williams formed a part of your childhood. Yeah, yeah. And growing up, I gave George Lucas way too much credit because it was such a collaborative effort that went into the Star Wars films. There were so many, and even with all those names of all the people involved rattling around in my head as a kid, I gave George way too much credit, and then the prequels happened. But I digress. Yeah, it was everyone. Everyone involved with those projects.
So no half-hearted measures.
Paradise High.
Hire a witcher. It's a good thing.
Besides the party with Vladimir, I wish you could dance in this game. Find someone who's dancing and join them. We must behave. She's wasted.
Sobriety. That's the transitional state.
Banquets and wine.
Bob, did you miss did you miss the tryst in the clouds with Cyanna? By chance? Nice moves. You get 7 out of 10. Time for the VOD. I think we missed that before. Let me tell you. So, Bob, you want to catch the fight beforehand too, because we had this awesome fight with the giant, and he does this cannonball move. If you haven't seen it, he does this cannonball, and he comes flying back out of the clouds. You have seen it elsewhere. I don't think I did. Yeah, I could forget that. Like 0.7 out of 10. Oh, the giant fight was... Whew, the views in this place. I don't know if we can, where we enter from, since I'm kind of flying blind here. Figure it out. Downstairs, but we might be able to enter from the courtyard.
Geralt, I knew from the start you'd best the beast.
You bet. Never any doubt. Probably 4 streams. Yeah, I'm thinking 4 streams or so with the DLC. It may end up being 4 or 5. Could wear his medal everywhere. Johnny, you haven't? It's excellent game. Story's fantastic. The action's good. And it has some of the best DLC of any game. Right up there with Mass Effect 2 DLC and Witcher DLC. Obviously different, but quality? When is it okay to add to a game and charge more for that content? When you do a damn fine job of it. And we had to wait a long time for BioShock Infinite DLC. If anyone who bought the season pass when that game came out, it was more than a year? Wasn't it more than a year till that stuff came out? But it was good. Guess what you're gonna say? Man, I need to get back into this game.
Halt!
Need to see Sienna.
Damn Skippy.
In the matter of?
Well, we need to talk. Telling you what's up, Mr. Guard, sir.
Want to talk to her? It's important.
Want to talk? Go see your gran at tea time. Not one locked up on the Duchess's orders. No doing without special permission. Period.
Found some information important to her case. Need an explanation, urgently.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no?
The very same.
Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
Got more loot and coin than we could possibly use.
The Witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me.
I know who the fifth victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Deadloff is dead. Could you not just drop it?
It was your sister!
Stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting to wear. Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come now, Geralt. Why do you think?
Well, Curse of the Black Sun. She was born under a solar eclipse. So whether by some mystic phenomena or simply superstition, she was cast out, shunned, black sheep of the family, blamed for everything. Curse of the Black Sun. Is it as simple as envy? She told us once what it was. When everyone else had turned on her, her sister stuck by her to a point. And she didn't. She turned her back on you. Forgot about you.
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated.
Who told us? Was no
Well,
riddle.
what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? Oh, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she ever lets you out.
I probably will.
Hey, Goodwin. Honesty. Finally, you probably will, huh? You ever considered? Had a long time to think about it. Have you ever considered giving her? Are you so set on the path?
Perhaps, just for a second, you could stop dwelling on all the wrongs folk have done you and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish, but...
Read your governess's diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good, sometimes only the bad.
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me, hmm?
Sorry. That was evil.
Don't know. But you could just ask her instead of sending monsters after her.
There's nothing she could say to change what she did to me, to justify it.
Maybe. But there's nothing out there to justify what you did to her and all Toussaint. Yet Anna Henrietta hasn't given up on you.
Ugh. You meant what you said in the Land of a Thousand Fables. You really want a happy ending to this story, don't you?
Existential idealism.
With all of us living happily ever after. Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another. And that would be a shame.
Farewell, Sienna.
It all means naught. Give me my happy ending. Praise the sun!
Commander de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we go at once?
Let's go. Want to see him too. Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
Rough there.
Your face doesn't look good. Though it looked even worse last I saw you.
I apply a balm of arnica. Yeah, I hardly feel it anymore.
Entropic, can't see. Tell me if I understand correctly. It's not a happy ending for you. Because Detlef is dead. Because of such an egotistical woman. No happy ending. Poor guy was used like a tool and then discarded. He was. She did. He was. Guess I can't argue with that. So what makes for a happy ending? Vengeance? More blood spilled? Death? Whose death? More death? Less death? Sisters reunited? At what cost? Point taken. Should we clue him in?
All right, we can start.
Very well. But you must behave. Less like a hired thug, and more like a man deserving of the Duchy's highest honor. In fact, you'd do best to maintain a dignified silence throughout. Very well. Let us get things underway. Don your ceremonial attire. Then you'll come with me. Her Grace awaits.
She is the true monster.
In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects,
They put me back in
we come now to our
fancy
next point of
clothes.
business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tucson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, Slayer of the Beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
What a
I have a small
contract.
surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Sangreal,
5,000
a
crowns.
wine normally reserved for the ducal table. The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
Oh, before you shower me with riches. And it was such a nice day.
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. Sadly, I'm afraid I have to sour the mood. It's Sienna.
Take
She
a deep
plotted
breath.
to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Deadloff. You were to be the beast's fifth victim.
This cannot be true. You're mistaken. You must be.
I have proof.
I do not believe it. In a moment I shall speak to Sienna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt that I can judge her fairly. I'd far prefer to learn you're mistaken, Geralt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful around her.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my sister. I know well how to speak to her.
If my
You
presence will
know
help in any
nothing!
manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not a prisoner. free to do as I choose.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Nor does it let me believe you sought my demise. My heart yearns to know you were swayed by the monster Dettlaff. You yourself would never stoop so low.
It was
Thus,
the other way
I have
around.
asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he has to say.
Well. If you look, both things are true. They are not mutually exclusive. Sienna is clearly guilty. But is that all that matters? Her crimes were horrible. She did have cause to feel pain. It was the knights errant. She was cast out. Beat her, raped her. The knights! The knights! He found refuge with thugs and murderers. Milton, Perak, Peran, and others. She held her sister responsible too, and that... very wrong. She killed 600 people, but she had cause to feel pain. No, Entropic made the point well. And simply. Dettlaff is already dead. He was the killer, but Sienna was the real beast. The real monster. So we could see her killed. Does that make things right? Does that make things better? Time for us flows in one direction. We don't get to go back. Restore Dettlaff. Don't get to go back and restore 600 lives. We get to move forward, and Sienna can live or die. The kingdom can be united or shattered. Anna Henrietta has made mistakes too. Maybe not this sort, but let's go with the happy end.
Bitterness consumes Sienna.
Everybody knows
She had
their own
cause to
pain.
resent many of the court of Beauclair.
Hard to
Kept you waiting,
understand
huh?
someone else's.
Understand them even.
Hey, Ty.
But I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
What is he talking about, Sienna?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers
Dina.
I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child, thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... your dagger hurt most. You were my Honorietta, dammit. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
They were kids.
Claim to understand them all? Why'd you come back for revenge? Have them all cut down then?
They deserved my vengeance. They detested me, all of them, as long as I can remember. But Honorietta understood me. Once. She was all I could cling to. Her betrayal hurt the most. They were kids. Claim to understand them all? Why'd you come back for revenge? Have them all cut down then? They deserved my vengeance. They detested me, all of them, as long as I can remember. But Honorietta understood me. Once. She was all I could cling to. Her betrayal hurt the most.
Nature or nurture? Or is it not that simple? Diana was born under a bad sign, and everyone treated her that way. She grew up with nightmares of blood and death. What if she hadn't been born under the Black Sun? Would those have been her dreams? Would this have been her fate?
You
We
were
were
children
kids.
then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, dear sister, the day they banished me from the palace? Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish platters, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark, and which you set afire at the last to impress me, I imagine. And I admit,
Nice move.
you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
It's true. I did not stand up for you. I was too afraid.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace, supposed acts of cruelty, inappropriate friendships. They cast me out, but you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you, sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
All in all, best part of the whole ceremony? It was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Well,
just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to
so
stop.
Drunk I could swear I'm wearing a shirt.
Would you care to accompany me?
Well, of course. Kind of a
You
question
decide
is
to go
that?
root picking now? It's dark out.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I am a vampire and thus need no light to see, I'd never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely no trouble seeing in the dark. So, shall we?
Yeah, that's some bullshit. I gotta take a cat potion or use a torch, and I don't like cat potions. Regis, just... fine.
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic. even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
Message coming in.
What?
Patching it through.
Thank you for the host. Welcome. Out of these goofy duds. Special gloves for picking Mandrake. Oh, I see you just started Blood and Wine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where'd the mask go? No, I think our glasses would have done just fine.
So dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts.
I hope this isn't the last we see of Regis.
Succubus twins?
Gonna be in the Netflix series.
I was thinking about, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
Good tombstones here. Susanna Chernakovska, the first Dokul wine tester, lived to a ripe old age, sipping the best of Beauclair's beverages all the while. Now, Jay, tell me, where is the true witcher? Those who's hated by all, live alone, indigent. That's the same one? Who's your favorite NPC in the game, Jay? Oh, that's a tough one. Oh no. Whole game. Wow. Bartholomew Tezliki. Comedian could even make a dead fish laugh. Alright, we don't need to read a whole lot of those. The Witcher series is done, but Netflix is doing their thing. And Regis is confirmed as a character in the Netflix show. So there's that. The guy who farts and laughs raucously. Farts and then laughs at his own farts. Good choice. That guy. It's a good choice. Dandelion, obviously. I don't know, maybe Vladimir, but that's kind of a cheat. Vladimir's special circumstances. He count.
And if I were to add Jimson weed in the last phase, could we blend that?
Drake roots. The guy who dances behind Vladimir. The guy who does the... That guy. I know who you're talking about.
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire after all.
Did he hide? Why would he even hide?
Regis!
Oh, Regis, what the heck?
You...
Those Bruxae, they called
He didn't
you a
need any
traitor.
help.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
Vampires aren't gonna forgive Regis for killing Detlef, but stays out of their way.
Bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home, on the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
Settle down for good? Really, a witcher? Settle down for good? No. These boots were made for walking.
No, just not the life for me. Sure, might stop by there occasionally, stay the winter, fill up on wine. But I'd rather keep moving. It's not a choice being a witcher. And once you are one, you're one for life. You can't just step off the path. Besides, plenty of work left for me in the world. Ghouls aren't gonna kill themselves.
Rather droll, isn't it, that each time we meet, something harrowing must happen? I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though.
Matthew, why not with Yen? Because Triss stole my heart long time ago. Never did give it back.
What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
Don't we, though?
That we do.
Yes, there will be more. There will be Gwent after a break. Yes. Nice timing. Best timing. That look from Geralt. Oh, man. Trombones, you're gonna cook some dinner? It's taco night? Right on. Doesn't matter what night is taco night. If it's taco night, it's a good night. So, we're a bit overdue for a break. Tell you how I want to handle. Let's do this. Let's see. It's 4:30 here. We're gonna let the credits run, and I usually sit and watch the credits. I'm thinking of combining them a bit here. We'll let the credits run, and I'll Look, you better not delete that save game. Yeah. You hope. But I could let the credits roll. I'll keep an eye on it. If the credits wrap, I'll take us to a break screen for a little bit longer. But I don't know how long these credits are. They might run for 5-10 minutes anyways. And they deserve to be seen. A lot of effort went into this. Trombones, probably catch you a little later on if I don't. Great stream as always. Thank you. Have a good dinner. What's up next is Gwent. We still have the Gwent tournament. We're going to go talk to the organizer, get our Skellige deck, maybe go practice a little with the Skellige deck, play BB a couple times. And then we're going to play the tourney. So, there will be Gwent, there will be beer, and my back teeth are floating. I will see you all in a few. I'm going to disappear here and let the credits play. I'll keep an eye on it in case it does wrap. 4:31 now. We're going to break about 10 minutes, depending on what happens with the credits. I'll see you back here in a few. Right. We're still gonna have a bit more of a break here, but I was hovering and stretching and... Yo, that's a lot of people, right? So, now that we've been properly introduced, we'd like to thank you one last time. Blood and Wine is the end of Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. You could have left me enough time to read it. CDPR says thank you for playing. Thank you. Thank you for this. So, hovering as I was, I do, I'll take a short 5-minute break where I actually walk out of the room here. And, wow. Hey, what about that settling down with Triss? And I told Regis that I was going to keep up the Witcher work. Did that preclude a cutscene, or... Yeah, it did, didn't it? But we got it last time. We had that cutscene. The settling down with Triss. If I told him I wanted to settle down, is that when that would have played? What to do? Well, our work's not actually through yet. And this isn't the plan today. There isn't a whole lot left of the main game outside of Blood and Wine. There's a lot left in the world, and I'm sure we'll do some sort of encore for this playthrough to come back and finish it. Pick a day, we'll come back and do that. Today, the rest of the stream is Gwent. Let's not beat around the bush. The rest of the stream is Gwent. I'm going to take 5, but maybe let's going. He left us something at Corvo. Maybe it's when we get back to Corvo. Seastar, you say good question. This is my awful memory at work. He left us something at Corvo. Let's see, when we get back to Corvo, maybe some of that awaits us still. And I'd like to take one more trophy back to Corvo, and that's at the Gwent tournament. Now, why has another quest popped up on the map? Because we already have the Gwent tournament. It showed up today, I think. Corvo Itano. Every time Corvo Bianco comes up, I think of Corvo Itano. Which ending did you get? Sisters Reunited? Sisters Reunited. Before, I'm a creature of habit. The so-called happy ending, it works for me. I suppose you'll have to talk me into exploring the darker side of things next time we play through. Except for the genocide, except for that. Ah, yes, we played through the fairy tale again, so maybe next time we'll go with the unseen and a darker outcome. To the cocksucking scrote sniffer organizing this fucking disgrace of a tournament. Monnier, you cunt of a count. It's bad enough you go ruining our cherished game, but now you've the bollocks to put on a public tournament where the hallowed rules of Gwent are openly flouted? Might as well have took a reesty dump on the graves of our ancestors. Folk who don't respect tradition don't deserve my respect either, so shut your fucking freak show down now, or I'll shut it down for you and beat your daft hide into a bloody pulp while I'm at it. And don't think this is an idle threat. Note this letter is signed, because I'm not some fucking coward blowing off steam in anonymity, but an outraged citizen ready to take matters in his own hands. And there's a shiteload of others ready to do the same with me, with no fucking regards whatsoever. Yaki. Skuggs, thank you for saying so. Cheers. I'm glad you could join us. To many more adventures. They'll surely refill the mug before too long. Oh, I said a break too. Damn, I gotta still take 5. And this was our letter revealing the 5th victim, Anna Henrietta. She knows nothing of empathy. Well, we've been there, done that. It looked like a quest pickup, but it really didn't change anything. We need to meet with the tourney's organizer. And, we'll talk with him just after our break. What happened to Thumbelina? I stepped on her twice. Twice.
Tucson is once more a land of peace and order, thanks largely to your valor.
He didn't even rhyme. Every bone in her body was broken. After getting killed, I thought of leaving her alive after reloading. But then she walked over nearby and... Oh well. Oh well. 5 more. I know that during the credits that probably seemed like a break, and it was a little bit, but I do need to move around a little bit more. Get out of this room. I was kind of watching the credits with you and scratching my ass. I'll see you back here in 5. I won't take 10, we'll take 5. Stay tuned.